and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, it's your girl Ruby Storm, or Ruby the Gemini Princess, and today is a very special vlog. So I'm gonna be breaking down for you guys my 30th birthday in Mexico, and it was truly a dream. We visited Chichenitza, and we swam in the cenotes and saw ancient Mayan ruins, the temples. It was truly an incredible trip, and for my very first international trip at that. Chef's kiss. So let's get into today's video. Okay, so this video starts off with me on the airplane, basically after having a mental breakdown in line because they told me I was gonna have to check my bags. I have a lot of trauma checking my bags. Like, it doesn't matter what airline at this point, I just feel like I'm scared you're gonna lose my bag and all of my things inside of it. And I've had it happen to me, mainly by Spirit and Frontera. They lost my bags both times when I went to the West Coast, and I didn't end up getting one of my bags for like a month, and I was just boo-hoo, crying in tears, upset at the world because my bags were gone. Like, so once they told me, oh my god, you have to check your bag, girly pop, I was in tears. So anyways, I finally get on the plane. We finally get on the plane, and I'm just like, okay, everything's gonna be fine. My bag is gonna be in Mexico when we get there.
Before helping others.
En caso de evacuación de emergencia, debes dejar tus pertenencias y seguir las luces hasta llegar.
Tú sabes bien que soy mucha mujer y puede ser que eso te asuste. Y tú sabes bien lo que me hace feliz, and you'll do whatever just to make me
So we land in Mexico. It is beautiful.
happy. All the world is mine. It means more than money. I get all your time. Doesn't matter if I think funny. I always get my way.
Beautiful. So we basically flew to Mexico. We flew into Cancun, and we were staying right outside of Tulum area. So when you get to the airport, you're supposed to like walk all the way out the airport because there's a bunch of people right when you're leaving, like taxis trying to get you to come with them, and they basically upcharge you a lot is what I've heard, and also you get scammed. So I don't know, that's what I heard, but our travel agent had set up a driver for us. We get on the van and they take us to the resort, and so from the airport to the resort was about an hour and 30-minute drive. So we drive there. We finally make it, and the resort is beautiful. It's an all-inclusive resort. This place was called the Grand Riviera Cyrus, or the Grand Cyrus Riviera Mayan Resort. It's a beautiful resort. I will say, if you are interested in this resort, you need to be a member, because all the like upgraded things, like for the restaurants, I would say they allow their members to go first, so keep that in mind. But anyways, so we get there, we check in, and this is us when we check in.
Ready? Yes, sir. Vámonos!
We made it to Mexico, y'all. We made it for my 30th birthday. I'm so excited. This resort is literally gorgeous enough. And yeah, literally all day worth of traveling. But we made it. And your girl is 30. So we'll meet you guys at the room.
You from 10 to 12, okay? But the Sky Bar is open from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m., okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Here we have a nightclub.
Oh, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's open from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m., okay?
Yes. See. Touch me on the dance
party or
floor.
no?
See. Yes.
Sometimes.
Hey MTV, welcome to my crib for the next few days. Come on in. So here we are at the
Grand Riviera, or Grand Cyrus Riviera. Child, I don't fucking know. But look at this bathtub, y'all. Like, we are definitely getting in this bathtub. So cute. We have the little sink area, shower, perfect. I don't know if you saw me through here. Hey, we're in the bathroom still, and there's like this like hole here, like little windows. So we got our room here, so much space. Yeah, I got a little lounge, like chill kind of area here, and then we have the jungle. We have the jungle.
So after settling in, we decide that we want to, you know, walk around the resort and see where everything is and try and make reservations for dinner. We were not able to make reservations until Sunday for dinner, I believe, and then also Monday, and we actually did not end up making it to dinner. Actually, no, we did end up making it to dinner on Monday, but we were just so exhausted at that point because it was like a 9 p.m. dinner. So I didn't get any videos of that, unfortunately. But that was pretty much day one, getting into Mexico. So now we're getting into day two in Mexico. Day two in Mexico was a treat. We got massages at the beach, we did hydrotherapy, we did the sauna. It was so nice. I don't think either of us had gotten massages in like 2 years, like professional massages in like 2 years, so it was a treat. I do wish they would have used a little bit more pressure, but it was so good nonetheless on the beach at that. Wow, this is so nice. We're in the sauna, y'all.
Cooking.
Literally.
Oh.
Look at the...
Drinking all day. I go, hell yeah. Oh!
OMG, this is the first monkey we've seen. Hi, baby.
He's like, what y'all got for me to eat? That's the real question.
I want to take a little video. Hold on.
This was chilling.
It's coming more.
More of them?
There's coming more.
Oh, wow.
Where?
What is he doing? Oh my gosh. Wow, look at them. Okay, so day two, we started our day with just kind of roaming around the resort early morning, got some breakfast at the buffet. The food for me was okay. I feel like I'm just a really picky eater, and I don't know, that's my own thing, okay? So for me, the food was okay, but we were walking around the resort and we actually found like a little kiosk at the resort where they were offering like different package deals for like excursions and things like that. We actually ended up booking a excursion to Chichenitza. So we booked that, and also it was a cenote tour as well with lunch included. So it was a 12-hour excursion basically all day from 8:30 a.m. till about 9 p.m. at night. So we booked that, and then we also ended up booking massages, which the massages were amazing. The massages were on the beach, and that also included like a spa package where you can do like hydrotherapy, the saunas, cold plunge, jacuzzi, warm, all the things, and that was truly amazing. And we had lunch at the spa that day, and we did our massages that day, and it was so incredible. It was so good. So we also ended up seeing monkeys. So that night we actually, I think we did end up getting reservations or just like walking up to the restaurants so that we could get dinner, because we really wanted to experience one of the restaurants at the resort. So after dinner we end up going to one of the bars that they had called like the Sunset Bar, and that's kind of where I feel like we like were stationed a lot of the time at the resort, because you could pretty much see like the jungle, the beach, and a little bit of the resort from the Sunset Bar. So we were there chilling, and then we actually started talking to this Bosnian couple that lives in Philly, and they were so cool, like an older couple. So we were chatting with them, and then there was a silent disco. And I love a good silent disco. I feel like there's so much fun, and I've just been going to silent discos since I was going to festivals, and it just always reminds me of festivals and festival season. I don't know. That was us. So much fun. Like literally at this point we were lit, and they were playing Bad Bunny. I love Bad Bunny. After hearing that, I was just listening to Bad Bunny nonstop. I mean, I've been listening to Bad Bunny nonstop, but like I was like, oh my gosh, I need to listen to Bad Bunny even more. So that's what I did the rest of the night. Okay guys, so we've switched locations and I am now in my living room, but we are on day 3 in Tulum. So this was the day that we went to go see the excursions. We went in, we swam in the cenotes, we had lunch, and we also visited Chichenitza, which is one of the Mayan ruins, one of the 7 wonders of the world as well, which I did not know. And it was truly a beautiful experience, and I learned so much. I felt like I was truly immersed in the culture. I felt like I could have been a Mayan in my past life. I don't know, but it was giving all of those vibes. You could feel the energy there. It was truly incredible. So day 3 starts early in the morning. It's about probably 7:30 a.m. and our excursion trip is about 12 hours long. So it was from 8:30 to 9 p.m. at night. We are on our way to breakfast right now, and we actually are going to, what is it, babe? Ichu Picchu today?
You just made me forget. Lady called it chicken pizza.
You know what?
Cenotes.
I'm so done with that. But we are gonna try and get some breakfast here really fast, get all the essentials that we need before we leave at 8:30.
Chichenitza.
So yeah, we're about to go get some breakfast really quickly here, and then we're leaving around 8:30. I'm so excited. It's about a 3-hour drive though, so but it's totally worth it to see one of the 7 wonders of the world, I think. So we'll see you guys on the journey. We started off getting breakfast first at the buffet, had a bunch of fruit. I grabbed a water bottle just because the drive on the way to the cenotes and also Chichen Itza is quite a long drive. I think it was about an hour and 30 minutes to our first stop, which was in the city of Valencia, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but when we get on the bus,
This is the dish today. The big one, the main one. Chichenitza. This is Chichenitza. No Chichenitza, no chicken pizza.
we drive there first, and apparently they're known for their silver, and this is a place to buy silver.
30 minutes. I do recommend, yeah. I do recommend. I never push, but I do recommend If you wanna get a Mayan souvenir, a nice piece, is here. Is here. A tequila is here.
So we get off the bus and we stop in this town, and it's a beautiful little small town, and it's a Sunday too at this point, and it seems like there's having like a mass service or church service happening, so we ended up going in there and visiting this beautiful church. But before we went inside of the church, we actually had to use the bathroom. So they have us use the bathroom in one of these like souvenir silver tequila shops. So we go in there.
Excuse me?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mucho bueno.
Bueno. Anyways, we do a little tequila tasting.
The name is Monkeyitza.
Monkeyitza.
Monkeyitza, the Chichenitza. This is clean. This is handmade from Ukraine. Excuse me. Please.
Wow.
La, la. This not happen in Cancun.
Yeah.
Not happen in the neighborhood.
That is amazing.
And then this not made. This is a clean.
No, amazing, I said. Delicioso.
Delicioso.
Muy delicioso. Mucho.
Mucho rico.
Okay, so we tried some amazing tequila. I actually wish we would have bought a bottle of the tequila because that shit was so good. It didn't even taste like alcohol, and it was so smooth going down.
Wow.
Mucho bueno.
Muy bueno.
Mucho chiquito bueno.
Okay. After this, I'm done.
And our tour guide, Carlos, shout out Carlos, he was so amazing, so informational. He was actually telling us that like all the alcohol that we get in the US is basically poison, and it doesn't taste nearly as good. Basically tastes really nasty compared to the alcohol that they have in Mexico, and that was definitely something that I noticed as well too. Like, I wish I would have bought a bottle of the tequila. So anyways, after we stopped in town, our next stop was the Cenotes. So the cenote that we went to was the Mayan Rivera cenote. It was actually the Secreto Mayan cenotes. The Mayan Secreto cenotes, I think. But anyways, it was truly, truly beautiful. So we get to the cenotes. This is actually where we end up having lunch at as well too. So we buy our tickets to get in the cenote. I think the tickets were the tickets were included in our excursion trip, but we had to get the life vest. I think life vests were like $2 or $3. So we got the life vest. We made it to our second location. We're actually at the Cenotes. We're really excited. We're gonna go swimming in, what is it, an underground cave?
Cenote.
Yeah, which is an underground water cave, so. And then we go inside the cenote, like they had like a little shop in the front, so we go through the shop. No. Oh, it's beautiful.
God, that's a shot.
And as we're going through the shop, our tour guide is telling us a little bit more of the history about the cenotes. We end up trying cacao, which is chocolates. Apparently they are known for cacao in this area and in Mexico, and I did not know that. So we tried it. It was very, very good.
Hey, ve, dale esto, ¿no?
I'm not like a huge chocolate person, but this was muy delicioso.
That one, no, American poison, no es sneaker.
Lengua con la mía la sentí. Dice que no es normal, pero me da.
So we had that, then we go change, and then we go to the cenotes. So the cenote itself was huge, and like when we came up on it, it's like it looks like there's like a hole. Like basically we're walking up to it and you can look down in the hole and there's the cenote. Like when you're looking down, it looks so scary. We had to go down these stairs, and they were so scary and slippery. I thought I was gonna slip and bust my ass. Thank God I didn't. But if you are afraid of heights, that is your fair warning if you do this particular cenote. So that's your fair warning if you're afraid of heights. But once we made it down to the cenote itself, it was so beautiful. You could just feel the history there, and the fact that the Mayans were using this to potentially like travel to and from like all across Mexico and Central America even is wild to think about. They say, I don't know how, you know, it's like a legend. They say that the Mayans were swimming through these underground caves, these cenotes, like all across to get to and from, which is just so incredible to like think about that being a possibility, that they could breathe underwater for that long. Like that is truly something. So we get to the cenote, we swim. It's actually really cold at first, so I had to jump.
Did you ever wonder? Yeah, do you ever wonder what might be going through in his own head? The demons that he's facing in his own eyes. Even sometimes I can't believe it. It just ain't the same on the phone, no. Everybody's got it, don't they? So I keep being
the water was so cold, but once you get in, it like starts to warm up. You have to wear your life jacket because I believe the water was like 50 to 100 feet deep. So you needed your life vest for this, but it was so amazing. When we were on this excursion, there was like a couple there, and they were taking photos and videos for us, which was so cool. I definitely recommend like making friends with the people that are on the tour with, so that you can get your photos taken, because it was just me and my boyfriend that went on the trip and we wanted photos. So shout out to them. So after we did and we swam in the cenote, we ate lunch here, and the lunch was actually so good, like the best food that we had since being in Mexico, in my opinion, because the resort food just was like so mid. It was like kind of trash, but the food at the cenotes was so good. It was like truly authentic Mexican food, and I appreciated it, and I truly loved it. So that was the cenotes. And then we had almost a 2-hour drive to Chichenitza. And at this point, I was tired, exhausted. I was swimming in the cenotes, had lunch. I was ready for a nap at this point. And then we had a 2-hour drive damn near. Yeah, I took a little bit of a nap, and then we made it to Chichenitza. And once we got there, it was packed. It was probably like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was like prime time. Like the sun was out. It was hot as hell. So definitely make sure that you dress accordingly if you're going in May to Chichen Itza, because it's truly hot. Bring a fan with you too, because like your girl was sweating. So we get in, we get our tickets. Carlos, our tour guide, is telling us all of the things about Chichen Itza. He goes into like this method where you're like clapping at Chichen Itza, and you can hear the echoes of the clap throughout the temple and across like the yards. In the jungle, you can hear it like super far.
Hello, hello. So the water, like they built the temples. Eh? Also, Mayas, they opened the jungle to build. La iglesia de Valladolid originalmente fue un templo maya que se recicló y se construyó una iglesia católica. Todo lo que pasó. Si aplaudimos, hacemos esto correcto, vamos a salir bien. Si no, vamos a intentarlo 3 veces, ¿ok? So we try 3 times and not the first one. Maybe the first one is okay. Are you ready, amigos? Look, don't do this. Not like that. Not like that. This is like this, look. Wait. Many times, huh? But follow me. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Right?
That is insane.
Okay.
How the hell did they do that? That's crazy.
Aquí enfrente de él. Estás bien.
And like, for how long ago? Like, how did
Difference between before the restoration and after the restoration. Huh? Let me show you before the restoration.
Don't know what to do. Sit and stare at you.
Before the restoration like that, after the restoration. Do you remember the time they recycled the temple and built the church? Damaged the temple to build the church. La iglesia de Valladolid originalmente fue un templo maya que se recicló y se construyó una iglesia católica. De todo lo que pasó. Okay? So over here, please. ¿Por qué? Why? You remember? Inside is not hollow. There is more buildings inside, so that's why. Huh?
It echoed with the temples, which was crazy. And also, I guess like the clapping noise can mimic the local birds too, which I did not know, which is so cool. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit of the history about Chichen Itza, just so you guys know for yourself. But I want to show you guys some of the clips that we got throughout. So let's get into that, and then I'm gonna get into the history of Chichen Itza, and it's truly amazing. So we'll get into it.
If in the morning lying with you.
Okay? Way down over there, there are more. See the wall over there? Behind the wall, there are more. That was the mercado, a market.
Yeah.
That is not just a face, it's a body, reclining body, resting on his legs and shoulders, like this. and holding something on the body bar.
So another thing that I do want to know, at one point in time, you were actually able to go inside Chichen Itza, inside of the temples. But Carlos, our tour guide, was saying that they actually ended that, I think about like 5 years ago, 5 or 7 years ago, he said, because people, tourists, were writing on the walls, taking stones from the temple and graffitiing. Like, who the fuck? I want to know who the fuck was doing that. Like, who are you? Come to the front if that was you, because you ruined it for all of us. Like, crazy. I just can't even imagine people being so disrespectful in the temples like that. Like, what? So anyways, let me tell you a little bit about Chichen Itza. It is one of the newest 7 wonders of the world. The meaning behind Chichen Itza is at the brim of well where the wise men of the water live. This is what Chichen Itza means in Mayan. That's another point that I want to come back to. So the Mayan temples, they say that underneath is water, and that they had like a water. Let me tell you word for word so I don't get anything wrong. We'll come back to that. But basically, Chichen Itza is also an archaeological site. It's also the Mayan ruins. It's a beautiful and magnificent, just as you have already heard of, and has plenty of Mayan ruins to visit. So it's not just one temple there are quite a few. I think I'm going to insert some photos too, because they actually rebuild some parts of the temple, but there are 2 sides of the temple that are original that weren't restored. It's an ancient Mayan city as well, so the Mayans actually used to live here. It's like miles long in the jungle. I bet you there's probably some more temples in the forest that just haven't been discovered yet, but truly, truly incredible. Hold on, I want to give you like a full breakdown on like what Chichen Itza is. It's a massive step pyramid known as El Castillo, or Temple of Cucalan. It dominates the ancient city, which thrived from around 600 AD to the 1200s. It has graphic stone carvings survived at structures like the Ball Court, Temple of the Warriors, and the Wall of Skulls. Nightly sound and light shows do happen at the building, which Carlos did tell us, and I would love to experience Chichen Itza at night. I bet like the energy is crazy. So yeah, that's a little bit about Chichen Itza. So let's get back into the video itself. So we're going around Chichen Itza. Carlos is giving us all the history about these temples, and it was incredible. So we're gonna get into that now.
Those all the carvings. This is all real. See? The players. Look, this is one of them. Face, nose, a piece of wood.
So after visiting Chichen Itza, this is basically where the excursion kind of dwindles down. So at this point, I think we had like a 2-hour drive back to the resorts. So it wasn't just our resort that we got picked up from. There's multiple people on the tour, and so like their resorts we all went through. I think it was about like 4 or 5 stops before we got to our actual resort. So that was about like 2 hours or so back. And at that point, once we got back to the resort, we ate some food and we were pooped. We went to bed. So that was pretty much day 3. Day 3 was like so incredible. I'm still thinking about it to this day. Like truly a one-of-a-kind experience, and I recommend everybody go and visit Chichen Itza. Be respectful, immerse yourself in the culture, and yeah, that was day 3 in Mexico.